Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, with March Madness playing in the background, to another episode of Nerd Chronicles. This your host, the socially awkward nerd Christian Paul, has ended but once again. And this time we got a little bit of a trial and error and try and fail package dealing with my favorite brand new software. So ladies and gentlemen, basically what we have here is this brand new set that we have when it comes to this brand new desktop. The HP TP01-2234. That's basically what we have coming in our set right now. If we could actually try to look here, all brand new 2024 version, basically get it still with this guy. Basically you could try to add as much hard drive HDDs as you want to. Add some gigabytes, add some memory in this. Compare this to the Mac, the actual iMac. This iMac here is also great. It is also great at editing in Final Cut Pro as well, which is actually very a huge, wonderful thing. The disadvantage with this computer, when it deals with all-in-ones, this is like a 2019 Retina iMac. The issue with this guy, and I mainly use that to actually edit my videos up in the Nerd Chronicles and do a lot of modeling as well when it comes with coding and everything else, and a lot of statistical modeling also. I mainly use this, and the issue is the memory is so short. It uses 4 gigs of memory to actually keep it running, as well as the other 4 basically free. So any type of processing you do, even if it's coding, even if it's actually video processing, it can easily override the memory, and then you got Final Cut Pro actually swallowing up much of the hard disk drive space that they have up in this computer. And on top of that, when you're trying to integrate certain software, it's possible that this computer could be bugged again. And that's why it's been going through so much kernel panics literally as of recent. So what we're going to do is I am looking to plan to upgrade this computer, and by upgrading this memory, possibly, it's gig drive space. What I want to personally discuss with these guys is, and I want to try and put them up in the center, is I want to try and expand this desktop for now, so that whenever I decide to send this guy out to service, to try and add the memory and possibly the hard disk drive there as well. What I can do with this, I'm going to expand this memory here, as well as expand the hard drive capabilities of this bad boy to actually maximize its potential, so it can actually run a lot smoother and crisper when it comes with coding, maybe a little gaming, as well as video processing for all my videos to put on YouTube, TikTok, and possibly Rumble. So this is going to be a DIY fun project to do, ladies and gentlemen, and we want to try and really get this thing started up. So what we have here is this little 32 gig DDR4 RAM to put on this bad boy right here. And then we got some, if I'm not mistaken, let's try and look into the graph here. I know I'm having a hard time seeing the preview and everything else. We have basically the screws here that you see up on the left. I don't know if you guys can see it. Brand new small screws that you definitely get from Lowe's. Also, this is some brand new screws that you definitely hit as well. We'll see if we try to fit some of the stuff inside. This is like a just in case moment thing. Brand new 4 gigabyte internal hard disk drive that you see up front. That's where you see it, just in case. And forgive me if I'm not actually getting it too well, because I came in purposely the camera, because I have a headset on with a GoPro. And then we got the Essential Electronics Toolkit. All right. This is going to be very, very fun DIY project to literally start building. All right, and one more thing I forgot to get. They actually came with these types of screws right here. Oh, yeah, what a waste of money. Now, let's get to unscrewing and see what we have. So, go down here. I know they said you have to screw this little end here to unbolt this. I think you need something stronger. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, let's try this again, shall we? 1 moment. Where you're from. There we go. Turn this off here. Got a little bigger screwdriver actually to help unload and Screw this guy, should be strong enough to handle. This probably may need to have like a stronger screwdriver. I'll be right back again. Alright, now I'm able to find this little screw right here that'll do the trick. Alright. You'll need to save this guy. Bingo. Bingo. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Put you here. And now, let's open you up. There we go. Boom, just like that. Everything that is basically said we see up here. And if we look, this is where they have the SSD drive in the center. This would be these little 2 ports to build your added gig RAM, which maybe we could do another time. But I want to try and start slow and do a long-term build to deal with the motherboard here. And this would be this little bracket to protect this hard drive from coming in, which we will literally be able to install shortly after we deal with this installation. So what I'm going to do here is I will be basically unscrewing this, and then we're going to try and move these guys out the bracket as well. So this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to do another step here. These guys, this has to come out first as well. Took way too long. This go down. Okay. Now, this bracket, this is supposed to come out. But first, let's see if there's any other screws that need to come in as well. This is a little bit of like tricky like operation here. So we got this guy out. Now see if I could do this. I'm gonna pause real quick. Alright, now I see where we got here. So let's unload this. Put this out the way. This is a little piece for the front. Put this out the way, do a little operation, and then I don't know if this guy, if we go fold this out, now we see what the issue is here. This guy is coming up top, and this guy is coming up in the bottom right there. So we got to be very careful how we move with this. This will be where you have to put your pliers on, get this done. You want to be careful with this guy. 1 second. Alright. This little screw right here we got to take out. Okay, get this out the way. Gonna leave this in the plug for now. This is the antenna. This is where you will put the drive in. Anywhere else to go? I don't want to damage this guy. Some sprints. This is a little tight. There we go. This free here. Get this out the way. Now we have to take you out. This is the one that we are gonna have a little trouble. This we got the free wires that we have here that come up here with this guy. to get some extensions. We just will be able to put some extensions here, put your hard drive in, put everything that's there. And they should have a how-to for this as well. So let's remove these guys. He meant for have some bigger extensions. Been a modeling. Let me see if we can remove this as well. This is a little bit tricky, because there could be, I don't want to damage this guy because I don't know if there's any plates that's out here. So let me come back. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the wrong screw out. That's my fault. I'm not a big super professional. Let me screw this back on. It's supposed to be the one in the middle. That's supposed to get. God dang it. Gosh darn it. There we go. There we go. Now it's coming out. Now this is the one I want to get out. This is why it's been having trouble. Boom. Move this. Okay. This is the one that we definitely want for sure. This is the hard drive that we definitely need. So we'll be back and we'll see what type of stuff we'll get. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now that we got everything out, you know, this little screws out there that could be used for like an extra fan for GTX, which we'll maybe put it another time. But I want to actually just try and start slow with this guy. What I want to do is I want to try to start to expand this RAM here. That's going to be number one. That's going to be step one here. So let me open this. And see what we get. This is DRM5. So I was right. Wrong size. I will be right back. All right. Now I got the right memory. I got the smaller version that's meant for laptops or desktops, silly me. And I got this one right here that could be best with graphics. So we're gonna open this guy up and have a little bit of fun with these. This is the Vengeance Pro right here. We are going to install both of them. Both DDR4s, you know, it could definitely run well with this desktop for sure. And we're gonna see how big of a pack of power that this has. So I'm gonna put the first one in, just like we did with this one. Make sure it's the same size, unless this is the one that they have here. Make sure this is the one. Make sure we fill this out here. Scroll down. Be careful with these. This one here. Now this is the one down. Hang on, let me go fix this. This is not in properly. I'll make sure this is right. Be careful with these because they're vital. Yep, this is the right way. Let's put this back. This side. There we go. Now, the next one, we don't know where it is. It's hiding somewhere right there. This is the next one. It's 30. This one, pull it down and out. And we click on you. Yes. All the way through. Yep, all the way through. Just like that. Boom. Now this equation is done. We got that out the way. Now we're gonna deal with the big hard drive here that you see. All right. Twist it out. Got these favorite little thingamajigs here with the connections and everything. We got them all set up. These would be the ones that you have to have set up here. If I'm not mistaken, this is how they would basically set these guys up here. I'll make sure I get this right. So this is not the proper way to actually do it. These would actually be the proper way to actually put down. This will be your basic hard drive to set up. And we have these little twists that you have to screw up on the side, screw on the side to make sure that it fits properly. It's 3.5 inches. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use these little bolts and screw them. Little mini ones. And we know what to do with these. There's like mini operation up in here. So we got one down. We need one to go. This little PC is gonna be built for streaming with the GTX. I'm thinking about if I do streaming, if things go well, I could probably upgrade this further down to a GTX 4650 and go a bit further. You know, definitely go a bit further with this, but we'll see how this goes. Who knows? But we're gonna really start stone. This is gonna be a long-term process. All right. We want to make sure that this power is all the right power to have. Basically, the 12.1 standard AC at 180 volts. Don't remove the cover. It's basically minimum, so we may have to replace this little power surge as well in order to get like a better bang for our buck. But we could worry about that later. So we'll leave that here for now. We'll slowly build as we get on while we go watch some good old March Madness with a bunch of UConn alums really going on and a bunch of students going berserk. So let's go screw these in one by one by one. So top first. The little piece right there is going to be the top one. There we go. One down. Let's go March Madness, baby. March Madness, baby. This is the field part of the room. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the room. You know, it's one of those big messy days today. Now over here, this is this little guy right here. We could definitely screw. Oh God. All right. 2 down, 2 to go. And this guy here is going to be a third to install here. I'll make sure this was right. Oh, there we go. We got this one. What we want. We can return these little screws back to Lowe's. All right, last one. Okay, this guy right here. And these are very, very, very sharp pieces, ladies and gentlemen. So you got to be very, very disciplined and sturdy and careful when you're dealing with these types of prongs. So once we get them in right here, this is how it's set up. And I will be right back to see how all this stuff's going to put back together. Okay, now put this back right where we need to. Second. This is like fucking. This is like. Excuse pardon my language. This is like operation here. Make sure you get the right pieces. Try this again. Gotta make sure I put this here. And then make sure this is the right. Just for the share. Make sure this is the right piece. Yeah, this is the right piece. Now, once that's done, I want to make sure this is fully organized here. This will be for the other spots for the GX Pro and everything else. Now, we may have to deal with the screwing of this little board. We will be right back. All right, let's screw everything back where they're supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. So let's screw this guy back. This is where the motherboard is, headphones, all these jacks here, all these little wires here. There we go. Yep. There we go. that's done. Alright. Now this guy is sturdy. Very sturdy today. Now we gotta put this guy back. This is where it's supposed to be. Yep. Put you back where you're supposed to be. Slide you in. There we go. And now, just the next one up here. And then, if things go well and you need more power, then we'll definitely focus on, you know, the GTX stuff and do real research on that. But we'll see how this goes. Alright, done. This is 30. 190 volts. I don't think we really need that much stuff as of yet. This is gonna be a very slow build. And what I'm gonna do is we are gonna go. Actually, wait. And this one is going to go last. Snats back in, right back in where we want it. Snats right where we're supposed to be. Everything is back in its normal place as it is so far. Oh, not yet. Not yet. It's not snats yet. 1 second. So now we got it right where we want to be. Back to where we want and where we need it. There we go. That's how we do it. And now the finisher. This guy right here. Let's just slide this on. Slide this off. Wait 1 second. Hang on. Yeah. Very carefully knock this out. Okay. So that's the last one. Charging fits. Let me finish this off. Alright, let's go finish this off. Alright, now we got everything going. Now let's take a moment to see how well it runs. Moment of truth.
Shooter over the course of his career. Yeah, there's a reason why he has shot up draft.
See what we got. See what we have.
So, Oates says Sears and Nelson back on the floor with 24.2 on the clock. 2 out of 2 for Klingon. extending it up floor. Sears willing to go to the tower.
So far, so good. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I was able to finally get this new disc and the new memory installed, and look how smooth and well-rounded literally this whole thing is. I could just literally just wave high all the way up in front, so you guys be able to see me right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down to disk management. We're gonna try and right-click this guy. This actually just learned this from YouTube now. Convert this new super volume, because I basically did it to a GUID partition, and then they basically have the duplicated super volume of this, and the super volume can only be on a single disk, and and the rest is there, and that's the sample volume size that's there. You create the volume size between the max and the minimum, and we'll create that, and then we'll sign the following drive letter. I guess we'll try and do a letter G, I'm betting. We'll do that as a default. And then NTFS default, new format. And basically it's going to be the way they have it there. It's going to be Bob extension. We'll just basically click that. That's what we are going to do here. In our casing unit size, we basically just try and get the default in NTFS. And we'll knock this down, boom, and that's how you complete it, and good night. And you see formatting and everything else, and now everything is fully set just like this, which is actually really, really very fun. So we actually close this out, and we go back to the system and see what we get, and we go to storage, and everything is actually basically there and actually basically set here. So we go here down to the storage and down to what we see and actually what we have shown. This is what we get out of this. We have all these other storages. This is the main one with the SSD drive. The C on the C slot is basically the main drive. And now that they have all these advanced storage settings that we could literally use up, you look at the drives. This is what we have basically available. 8 gigs up here, an extension here to actually buy some time. And then we got the GoPro content storage here, easy store basically there. We'll be able to actually literally see everything that's virtually up on this drive and get everything stored literally up in the long term, and probably pass it down to whatever it may be. We'll probably use the extension primarily. We'll leave the SSD the way that it is to try and work on big data sets so that the memory can literally combat these things. And then the extension could probably be used on some videos. We pass on down to content storage. And then we'll definitely leave at those things to make sure everything mainly is run properly. This is going to be real fun experiment. I definitely truly enjoy this build. And I'm looking forward to actually just build this laptop further in the months to come, depending on how far this whole performance goes. And we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Chris and Paul from Nerd Chronicles signing out. Good night.